All right, just give me a second. I have to dig in my backpack, search my backpack real quick for the one of the books, The Words of Ways. So if you haven't checked it out yet, The Words of Ways, you can order it by going to authorhouse.com and you type in Words of Ways when you get to the actual website of authorhouse.com, and it'll show you the book and probably how to order it right there from the thing. And this is my plant, which I might be moving. So I want to live in Tomahawk, but I might be moving. So basically, I'll have no place to stay. So I'll have to store my stuff at my mom's. So this plant goes at my mom's. She can have this plant actually. I bought it for like $28. It's a pretty good plant. Um, yeah, and I'm gonna take my Sedera doll with me. I named it Sedera doll because it's Sedera's ghost, and I named it Sedera doll. She's a pretty doll, and I just want you to know that I worship the Divine Princess through the doll. So I use her as an icon for the Divine Princess, and I use that to bow before and to do different things of my worship to the Divine Princess. So that's what I use the doll for. Is basically worshiping the Divine Princess. And she usually just sits down most of the time, and I just basically she's going with me in the backpack, coming with me on my journey. But all my stuff will get stored at my mom's, but I'm not going to store the doll there. The doll will go with me, but because I love the Divine Princess, so I have to be diligent in my path of honoring her and having that with me. You know what I mean? Just in case. But anyway, the Words of Ways. This is what the back of the book looks like. See, it's Author House right there. It says. Yeah, it says Author House right there on it. But anyway, The Words of Ways is a really good book. Partly like page 64, after page 64, there's the Diary of Emily, My Diary of Emily. And she's a girl from Winnebago that I met in Winnebago, but she's not from there. She's from Appleton, actually, and not from Winnebago. But basically, everything was all right with meeting her and being friends with her right away. And she's very friendly of a person, and I made friendships, and she gave me the time of day, and I really fell in love with her. And all I can say is I don't want to ruin it for you. The read of the book, it explains everything in there. So I don't need to tell you. You just need to order the book. That's part of the read. You know what I mean? And basically, in the beginning, I talk about the divine princess for like 3 or 4 pages about divine goddess and divine princess, divine goddess and God. You know what I mean? For the beginning, and then the Divine Princess for like 3 pages, and then philosophy for the dreams of mine, and then the philosophy part, and then yeah. But I'm not going to talk about any of it. I'm just going to talk about what it's basically laid out, how it's laid out in the book, so you can be prepared for your read and what you're going to experience when you read it. And if you order it, it'd be benefiting me because I think about since I'm on SSI, I can't have any other income basically. So I might donate it to a good cause, that money to a charity group to feed the hungry in maybe Ukraine or different companies like Tanzania, somewhere in Tanzania. I could fund that. I could fund, with the people that buy the book. In this summer, I'll have enough money probably to market the book, to market it and reach 1 million people. So pretty close to 500,000 people will buy the book. I'm thinking like half the amount of people that see it will buy the book if they are thinking are into it or whatever, then it's like a philosophy of information that's like truthful information, like this philosophy type of information, and then is based off a real story of me and Emily, and all my dreams that I had about Emily is based off of the real experiences I've had in my dreams and in real reality with Emily. And I do believe dreams are in a dream realm, where it's a realm like this is a realm. We have experiences in this realm and in our dreams, but our dreams are just different realities, just like this one. It's exactly like this reality, but they're different realities which have different energetics or different creations of reality, where we can fly and do different things and things are possible. We just forgotten that in certain realities that and it was inhibited with certain realities of when it was created, that we can only do a certain amount of things in certain realities that exist. Like the heavenly realms are existing for like flying around and doing things like that, which are really beneficial. But again, The Words of Ways by Cody Camrath. My name is Cody Camrath. So that's, I'm an author. And this is really sweet. You know what I mean? And this is my gold pendant, not necklace, but the pendant is gold, and it has the Last Supper with Mother Mary and Jesus. And if you look close enough, I think you can see it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I think you could have saw that because the way I was looking at the screen, I don't know if you could see that or not, but I was pretty close. Well, anyway, this is my plant, and hopefully my mom can take care of it if I decide, because I have to pay a certain amount of money for rent, and I owed 200 and something in the beginning of April, and it still wasn't paid, and it's already the beginning of May. So I got to get on that and pay that. You know what I mean, on this Monday. Otherwise, I'm getting kicked out, and it's supposedly due by the 30th of April. So I don't know why my electricity's still on, but anyway, yeah, I just wanted to let you know about the book and what I'm doing in my journey of if I'm homeless again for a while until I live in Tomahawk. I have an apartment in Tomahawk. That'd be really beneficial because then, you know what I mean, I can do what I need to do in Tomahawk because it's so much better for me to live in Tomahawk just because I have more resources with like food from the sister's house, and there is food pantries in Tomahawk that I can go to. And yeah, and then I'm gonna go back to Merrill. I can go to the food pantry in Merrill if I need to. But I could just fast, rather just fast for a while, see you endure it. You know what I mean? But this book is really good. Like, you know what I mean? It's a really good book that I created, and I read it all the time. I open up the random pages and start reading, and it's still good. It's still good to me because I created it, and it's sentimental to all the things and knowledge that I have. You know what I mean? And it brings out so much beneficial things to the whole equation of like life and the divine equations to everything. But anyway, yep, this is the Words of Ways. Type in the Words of Ways, authorhouse.com. And yeah, hopefully it worked out for anything. Divine Princess, I love, worship, honor, and obey. And I'm looking towards Sideradal while I do this. Amen. Love, worship, honor, and obey you forever, Divine Princess. And I bow like that. Amen. I love you, Divine Princess. I have to verify that afterwards because I do. And anyway, yeah, it's the end of the podcast video. So, yep, I made a good podcast video. All right, bye.